show us the edge. Yes. The chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Trying to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa, done seen the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning, time to come up and bring out the outlaw. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love, do you want it all? This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Tackling all obstacles, coming for the ring, my precious. You got the juice, the will, the heart, the fire. Show 'em the proof, show 'em that it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Wire. It was fun basketball to watch. They executed on both ends of the floor, and you have games where it gets that way.
You continue to show your resilience as a team, the bounce back after the game the other night. You've been doing it all year long, and it happened again today.
Yeah, we got a resilient group, and to their credit, we watched the film of the Clippers game, and we knew we could be better. Our spacing can be better, more force, and our guys came out tonight and we executed.
You moved the ball. You had 30-plus assists. You're knocking threes. CJ, just talk about him, how he's shooting the ball. It just – I don't know if he's been in this good of a rhythm in his entire career.
For sure. CJ, he did a great job of just taking quality shots. And then once he got it going, his teammates did a great job of finding him. I thought B.I. did a great job just finding his teammates, playing fast, playing with force. He really set the table for everyone else, and collectively, all the guys that stepped on the floor today, they played with an intent.
Also, maybe under the radar a little bit, the rebounding. You out-rebounded them 51-25. That's their season low in rebounds, and the key was when they were missing shots, they weren't getting second-chance opportunities.
That's the key for us. We know our defense can be solid, and if we can finish possessions, it allows us to get out in the open floor. We had 19 fast break points. Probably could have had some more, but that's the key. If we can finish possessions, rebound the ball like we did tonight, it allows our offense to be at its best.
We had a chance to talk to Jordan post-game and just asked him about going to Birmingham and coming back, and just a really mature young man. He knows about his opportunity, but just to see him play the way he did tonight since coming back and taking advantage, because he's going to keep getting his opportunities.
He is, and it's what we liked about him from the start is, he has the ability to face adversity, and he's extremely confident, and he puts the work in. And so you every time he gets an opportunity, he takes advantage of it, whether it's in Birmingham or, here with us. And, he's going to be a key fixture on our team.
Coach Green, it appears, the Kings have lost 14 times. 4 of those games are to the Pelicans. So I would say that NOLA has their number. What is the success in that, in beating this team that many times in 35 games? Them playing 35 games.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a team 4 times. We understand that, but there's certain matchups in the NBA that are suited for certain teams, and we seem to match up well with Sacramento, and we got to play them again. So I'm sure when that time comes, they'll be ready, we'll be ready, but we had a good night tonight. We played well. We shared the basketball. It started with our defense, and, we'll take it.
And was that pretty much, the game plan going in here, because you were up by 50 points at one point, and you guys didn't ease up off the pedal at all.
Well, the key was for us was to have a bounce back game after the Clippers game, to play with more force, make sure we get to our spacing, make sure our defense is sound, we're finishing possessions, and we did that tonight. And like I said, it happened to be against Sacramento, but no matter who that was, we wanted to come out with that type of intention is to play our style.
You just mentioned too, I try to make this my last question too. You shot 61% from the floor tonight, 30 or more points in each quarter. How do you feel about your shooting?
It was fantastic. You know, we're a team that's capable of shooting the ball well. We've been trending in the right direction the last 15 games or so. So it was good to see the guys come out and see it go in. And like I said, it started with our defense, our ability to guard Fox and Monk and Herder and Sabonis and all those guys. Sacramento has a really good team. And we know that this is a challenging building to come in and play in. And our guys were locked in.
Coach, that was a career low you held De'Aaron Fox to tonight. That's pretty solid defense on a guy like that.
Hey, shout out to Herb Jones. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Much love to the flock. Pelicans, man, what a game. And Coach Willie talked about bouncing back. Boy, did they bounce back. They absolutely flattened the Kings tonight. They were up by as much as 50 points in this matchup tonight. They annihilated the Kings, dethroned them. We used that tag or title before, and boy, did the Pelicans cut loose tonight, boy. And having a game, the last game, and then coming back with this one, man, boy, I tell you, this was awesome. So anyway, we open up the Pelican Postgame Report with that. Appreciate the family members for joining. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. Pelican Postgame Report, we up in this thing. Much love to the fam. Man, listen, I'm Big Q. We got DC and Lexxah in the building, man. Pelicans bounce back in a major way, fam. They flattened the Kings, man. They beat this team again in their building, annihilated them to start that 5-game road trip. It was beautiful, man. So let's get some early analysis right here. We'll start with DC. Shout out to DC and Lexxah. Good to see y'all in the chat. What do you guys think about this win, man? What a hell of a way to bounce back against that really low energy matchup last time around. And we bounced back with a hectic and big win over the Kings. DC?
Much needed, man. Better than expected. The Pels, they went out and avenged themselves for basically surrendering a horrible loss against the Clippers, and they played as if they could make it up all in one game. And nonetheless, good showing from everybody, man. They was out there activating that roadblocker, man, getting all them blocks. No steals this game, but a lot of blocks. You know, excellent offensive execution, man. Every shot they put in seemed like it was gonna go in. And from the opening tip, started by none other than C.J. McCollum, man. The Pels was on one. And they did what they usually do against the Sacramento Kings. They dominated. You know, they've beaten the Kings the last 4 matchups. And also went on to beat them in very undramatic fashion to the tune of 33 points. And also shout out to Willie, man. Congratulations to him. This was his 100th win as a head coach. So that's great. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Hopefully this Pels team is what we can see consistently, right, Lex, in the future.
Most definitely. Yeah, definitely good win. I mean, been having the Kings number all season, so it was a good win, a nice bounce back. I think the only thing just keeping this up like after a win, you know what I'm saying, and not coming off of a loss. But other than that, I mean, it's a great win, blowout. You know, they really they kind of crush their spirits, all that stuff. So yeah, they did their thing. I mean, everybody was involved in some way, form, or fashion. So that makes it even better, the fact that everybody was able to get a piece of the pie, and just have an impact on the game. So ball was moving well. Guys were just connecting. It was a great game.
Indeed, it was. And I don't expect the Pelicans to play like this every night, man. But when you get a good matchup like this, man, it's most certainly fun to see the Pelicans shooting like this. They shot 61% tonight from the field, 50 of 82. They were 19 of 35 from downtown for 54.3%. They were 87.5% from the foul line, 14 of 16. They had 51 rebounds in the games, 35 assists. So they were circulating, moving the ball. They did have 16 turnovers. But fast break points, 19 to 6, 48, 44 points in the paint, and they led by as much as 50 points in this game. It was phenomenal. And they say styles make fights in boxing lingo, and obviously it's true to a lot of other professional sports too, because the Pelicans really, they look like they light them up. And Antonio Daniels asked the question, I don't know if y'all guys seen this, after the press interview with CJ McCollum. And he asked him particularly about what is it about the Sacramento Kings that he likes in terms of him. It always seems like he lights them up. And CJ calmly and non-sarcastically said that, they were supposed to draft him. And they didn't draft him. So I guess he held a little I didn't know that, but he held a little of that on the side and intends to light them up from time to time. So CJ had 20 points at halftime. He played really well in this game. He finished with the high 30 points in 27 minutes. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and he was 7 of 10 from downtown. The kid couldn't miss. 15 apiece by Ingram in 30 minutes. Val had another double-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds in 22 minutes of action. 11 from Trey in 24 minutes. He was 3 of 6 from downtown. Herb gave 9 and 3 rebounds off the bench. You've seen Dyson Daniels play really good in 29 minutes of action, 14 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 12 from Jayhawk off the bench as well, 11 from Najee, 7 apiece from Robinson Earl and Zeller. Zeller hit a 3-pointer. That's how you know you got it going on if you're the Pelicans tonight. And they basically emptied the bench. We've seen even E.J. Liddell get an opportunity to get out there and play in the matchup. So y'all feel free to chime in on individual or team statistics any way you feel comfortable.
I think ultimately when you look at it, man, it could be 2 statistics, really, and it just tells the whole story because one's defensive and one's offensive. Just look at the rebounds and the assists. You got 51 rebounds to 25, man. What that tells you is the Pels were playing excellent defense. They basically shut down De'Aaron Fox, held them for 1 for 12 or whatever. I know he did get banged up at a certain point during the game, but when he was out there, man, he wasn't able to get anything going. And then we were securing those good defensive possessions by securing the rebound. And then on the other end, offensively, the lack of Zion tonight gave, I guess, an opportunity to kind of get Big V going a little more. CJ obviously is playing Sacramento, said they were supposed to draft him 7th, and they didn't. And he's always scoring because of that. So he went out there and cut up, and they just floated the ball around, man. It was moving from side to side. Everybody was kind of getting a chance. You got Hulk, who got to go ahead and get out there in the game. Trey got an opportunity to start it. And they just shared the ball, man. That's ultimately what it was offensively. And I think also just having that supreme confidence, which led to the good shooting numbers, 87% from the free throw line. So you got to love that. And the stat of the night, man, them 30 points by C.J. McCullough, and 20 in the first half, man, pretty much put a dent in the Kings, and game was pretty much over by halftime.
Lexxah, what you think?
Let's see. Yeah, definitely. The assists that stuck out. I think anytime we get 30 plus assists, the probability of winning the game is very high. Rebounds, I would say rebounds equivalent to possessions. Possessions means opportunities, so we definitely got the opportunities. Free throw percentage. I know you always talk about free throws. I mean, I don't think they really mattered in the game, but still, it's always good to see that shooting above 80%. And I think really all the games where we did hit free throws, 80% higher, we've actually won them. Um, yeah, I think that those are the biggest things. I mean, obviously had it going from behind the arc, which is really something. I mean, that shooting is really is interesting because last game they nobody's shooting was really on. So I don't know. It's kind of weird how that works. Because obviously we know that all the games won't be like this. But if we can somehow just replicate putting, I think those four quarters, a complete four quarters together, and being consistent in all those quarters, playing at a high level, that would really help because I know the 3-point shooting won't always be like this. I mean, it just is what it is. But I think those were the main things, just the assists and the rebounds and the free throw percentage.
Yeah, this was a treat the Pelicans gave us tonight. They were actually they were killing them shooting the ball. And like I said, we don't expect to see this every night, but it's surely fun when you do get an opportunity to do it. And we have to maintain some level of consistency because the Golden State Warriors are up next. We'll take on the Warriors, and that'll be coming up on what is it, Tuesday? And we'll take them on. It'll be the second of the 5-game West trip that we'll be undergoing. Golden State, Denver, what is it, Dallas and Dallas. So this is going to be a tough stretch for the Pelicans, man, going out west. So big win here tonight. And let's kind of peer into this next matchup, man, because we got the Golden State Warriors. And of course, we don't really look at the record when it talks about the Golden State Warriors. They're 17-18 currently. But this team will light your ass up. They're a very dangerous team no matter how they look. And as you can see, they're basically sitting at 10th in the standings overall. But like I said, you don't really pay attention to that when we talk about them. And the question somebody, family member, was asking in the chat about Draymond Green, will he be ready? I don't think Draymond Green is currently out. He was 12-game suspension. So
Yeah, he's going to take a week to ramp up, so he won't be playing in that game.
I think he was on. They showed a picture of him sitting on the bench for the game because they're playing Toronto right now. They're actually battling Toronto right now. The Toronto's beating them 33-21 with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. So in the first quarter. So anyway, let's look at some of the numbers here for the Golden State matchup. You can see right here they're a top team in terms of shooting and averaging points per game, but they give up 116.5, which is a little bit more than what the Pelicans score. You see what the Pelicans are doing, top 10 there, and opposition points per game, doing anything. Field goal percentage, Pelicans are top 10, top 6 in terms of opposition field goal percentage. So they're doing some great stuff. You see Golden State always top 4, top 5 in the NBA in terms of 3-point makes and shooting and attempts and makes. They got a lot of stuff you're worried about with them. And they're also a top 3 team in the NBA in terms of rebounding. Assists, they're top. They're a 6 team in the NBA as well. But the Pelicans have a lot of positive stats too. Like they're second in the NBA in steals. They're top 5 in terms of free throw attempts. Their free throw percentage, they're 25th, but that's a part of it. And the free throw, you see the 3-point percentage there, they're 9th in the NBA. So with some of this being said, and knowing that what we got to deal with to go against Golden State going into their building, talk to me. We start with you, Lex, since you was the last one to lead up. Talk to us about how we get the win against Golden State. What do we need to do to get this dub from the Dubs?
Well, for those who don't know, it is going to be on national television. So we need to bring our A game. Energy, again, like when they played on tonight, the energy was there. The energy is like half the battle for this team. So when they play with energy, that's from the jump. That's a plus. This Warriors team is really, really desperate to get a win, and you can really see it. When they've been, I've been watching some of their other games, and you can just see it. They're really desperate to win. So we don't want to take for granted. We don't want to look at their record. We don't want to look at their situation or any of that stuff. We need to go out there and we need to play these guys, and we need to demolish them because right now they are down, but that doesn't mean that we want to give them any type of encouragement when they play against the Pale. So definitely got to match their intensity because it is a home game for them, and they're gonna bring it. So, just play with a lot of energy. Try to close out best you can on their shooters. Um, the inside game is going to be a plus because they are very vulnerable in their front court. So I don't know if Zion's going to be playing in that game, but definitely we want to exploit that. And yeah, I think they just have to match the energy and push the issue. Just like they came out against the Kings. I know they're not the Kings, but look, get out, run, play with a lot of pace, and keep your foot on the gas. Don't let your foot up off the gas. So um, that's basically it.
All right, DC, what you think, brother?
Man, I think it's very simple to beat the Warriors, but is it possible? We're gonna see, because it seems like when this particular babyface assassin doesn't play, we seem like we're able to beat the Warriors. But every time he plays, he seems to kill us. So if we can finally find a way to slow down Steph Curry, every time he comes to the Smoothie King Arena, he finds a reason to go off. So if we can stop him from having one of those 3-point barrages, I think the Pels are able to beat the Warriors. But I also was also thinking something similar what Lex was saying about them not really having that strong interior presence. If we're able to utilize Big V and get Zion going if he plays and kind of dominate the interior while also limiting some of their 3-pointers, because I'm just letting Clay basically just be a wash. There's no way you're going to shut down Clay and Steph. One of them probably going to get it going a little bit, right? So if you can hold Steph to maybe about 25 points instead of the usual 35, 40 that he tried to give us, and hopefully those 25 don't come all in one quarter, I think that is pretty much a large part of the blueprint for us to be able to beat the Warriors. We are up and down team for shooting 3-pointers. We have awesome nights like we had tonight, and then you'll have another night where we shoot 23%. So we're not going to out 3-point them. If we get into, I guess, a shootout with them or trying to play the game at their pace, or think we can play the same fashion of basketball that the Warriors do, I think that's a recipe for disaster. And I think that's similar to what happens sometimes in the past. We get down a little bit after they have a 3-point barrage, and we try to think that we can make it all up in a couple of shots. If we just hit some 3-pointers and just do this, we'll be right here with them. And that never really seems to work. But when we get that interior presence going, when we're able to play our brand of basketball and not be swayed, which way whatsoever what happens to the Warriors, obviously Steph is going to hit some shots, right? He's going to have some moments that change momentum. But do we let that determine how we play the game? Does that take a little bit away from what we do, or are we able to stay consistent and play our brand of basketball? If we are, we're able to shut out Steph. Well, not shut him out, but slow down Steph. I think the Pelicans get a W, and I'm going to say they're going to win. That the fact of them not having Draymond, I think, works tremendously in our favor, because the times when we were able to get the Warriors, and a game we all remember when we pretty much were dominating them, and then Draymond pulled off some antics, got into our head, said we wasn't like that, right? And we wound up ultimately losing that game in embarrassing fashion after we were pretty much up on the Warriors for a large portion of that game. So I think the Pels remember that one. They still got the loss to the Clippers fresh in their mind. They're not really high, super high, or too high on the Sacramento win, because at this point we should be used to beating Sacramento, right? And I think they're going to go into this game against Golden State with the right mindset and be able to get a dub off the dubs.
Yes, indeed. I do like your idea about playing through Big V, man. I like that. Get him early, and we talked about that. I don't know how many times on the stream about getting Valanciunas going early. His defense, everything improves with Val. He's more involved. he was involved tonight. Get him going early, and they don't really have a true big they can match up with him. So I do like the idea of getting Valanciunas going, bro, to help spark everything. So yeah, you're right about stopping, or you can only hope to slow down Steph Curry when he got it going, man, and if Clay and all those guys. So yeah, but they're definitely a beatable team. They are dangerous when they start hitting those threes, but yeah, we have to be smart and disciplined in our approach of how we deal with the Golden State Warriors. That's my little 2 cents in there. But anyway, anybody want to add anything else before we get ready to close the stream? Lex, you want to talk about you threw something in the chat, Zion, about Zion. Lex, you want kind of talk about that?
Oh, well, I did want to say real quick that another thing, the Warriors turn the ball over a lot, and they've been doing that like at crucial moments. So that's another thing. If we can force them to make those turnovers and capitalize off of those turnovers, and actually that works in our favor because we want to play with pace and move the ball in transition. That'll be another way to get the win as well. But what were you saying? What was that question?
You said something about Zion. I see you in the chat. You mentioned you was correcting somebody with Zion's quad issue.
Oh yeah. They were just saying that thought because it was a quad that it was bad, but I think he got kneed in his quad because it's not pulled; it's just a contusion. And I was just saying that it was bruised because that's why they had him down as questionable. So he actually could have played, but I think I don't know if it was up to him or the organization as far as just going and resting it. Because it's just a bruise. But that's basically all I was saying. It's not something that was pulled or anything.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lex. But yeah, that's and this is going to be fun, man. Like we said, Wednesday is the matchup against the Golden State Warriors. And like I said, it's going to be a tough West trip. Golden State. Then after the Golden State matchup, Denver, and then we have Dallas before the Pelicans come home for what is 4-game homestand starting with the Hornets. So it's lots, like we talked about, this January schedule is going to be pretty complicated, but how the Pelicans handle it, we'll be keeping an eye on it, man, because this is going to be a good test for them. As you can see them gelling tonight, if they can play as comfortable as they just half of this, be more disciplined in the approach, we're going to see a lot of success from this squad. And being that they didn't have Jose or Zion and they still perform like this is also some brownie points that we got to throw out to them as well. All right. So, all right. Anyway, with that being, Jay Black got a comment. He says, if Zion is out against the Warriors, we will play a different type of basketball, more space and pace, more threes, much faster. All right, Jay Black. Thank you for that. Appreciate that commentary. Brother Kai says, Curry going to get his regardless. It's hard to slow him down, but if we can disrupt this rhythm, we got a chance to get a dub off the dub. What I'm talking about. All right. All right. So anyway, with that being said, we'll get ready to step out on that. Listen, we appreciate everybody for joining us for this episode of the Pelican Postgame Report. Pelicans they get a big win right now. They knock off the Kings in outstanding fashion. CJ got to cooking them. He cooked them early. And it was just fantastic to see. Of course, we don't expect to see this every night, but it's a treat when we do get it. All right. So anyway, we're going to get out on that. We'll be back Wednesday. That's right. Wednesday to recap the Pelicans matchup against the Golden State Warriors. So with that said, please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and it does us a major service when you're able to share the show's links on your social media feed as well. The Pelican Postgame Report, the #1 independent, longest running Pelican pod in the land, man. We represent this diehard to the flocking end. DC, something up there?
Oh, I was just shouting out Lex, man. My man Dame put up there. He say Lex, you got me at work saying intro into outro at work. It's a hit. It's a hit. And I have to say I wholeheartedly agree, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, and Moles said, what was his commentary about Lexxah's style of singing reminds him of what did he say?
He said it was like an old. It was a compliment, but it was like it was a hell of a mix. I don't remember who.
Y'all remember what he said? I know one of them was Evelyn Champagne King. One of them was Evelyn Champagne King.
Evelyn Champagne King, and
the other one was, I forgot who the other one was. I forgot.
What, Phyllis Hyman? Did he say Phyllis Hyman?
No, it wasn't Phyllis.
I don't think he said Phyllis Hyman.
No, he said Evelyn Champagne King, and I forgot what the other one was, but it was a fire mixture though. If you listen to that, those ladies, they could sing. Was it Stephanie Mills?
It was
Stephanie Mills. So there you go, Lex. Champagne, Evelyn Champagne.
I've heard a lot of different, a whole lot of different people. So I don't know what to think of it, but you know, it's cool.
All right. So with that being said, listen, we're gonna get out on that. We appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Go Pels.
Show us the edge, the chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Try to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa, done seen the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning, time to come up and bring out the alpha. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love, do you want it all? This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Attacking all obstacles, coming for the ring, my precious. You got the juice, the will, the heart, the fire. Show 'em the proof, show 'em that it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description